Inferno is our final battleground in order to see who will be taking the first game of our main event. The group stage kicks off for Katowice. G2 Spirit need to be separated. And with a great performance, G2 have come back, swung for the fences, a 16-8 dominating to get this Inferno started. And we are into our pistol round. Dexter heading up towards Banana. We're going to have a bit of early contact. Nico wants a duel, wants a biff. And we'll back away, baiting in for Hunter on the sandbag. So this partnership continues here on the CT side.
Another flash to come from Nexa here.
Swing and 1-for-1. Nico's there as well. Oh, he's eating that flash for breakfast. Gets away with it. Or does he?
Oh.
Peeking in, Mir loses his life. Amanek an important duel. Nico took down SDY on B as well. They have to go A. It's only Kenny. If he could just hit that shot, everything is fine. That was the bomb. They have to find it now. I say they, it's just Magic's. Okay, a chance onto the low Kenny. He's loud.
He's dead.
And he's dead.
Heaps of time for this. Magic's can slow this right down, take a couple of deep breaths. Really draw this one out. There's no rush. 55 seconds left on the clock. You know that Nico was aggressive Banana. Nexa was also flashing for him. That information's gone out the window as both have separated here.
Oh dear!
1v1.
Nico caught. Great shot. Recovering the USP pays off, and now Nexa's gambled A. So with 35 seconds, Magic's could pivot, but he takes the gamble. And Nexa will have
he clears this.
The knowledge. There should be no way. There should be no way that Magic's can convert this now. Oh, yeah, caught with a bomb in his hand. Nexa just plays it safe and walks into the trap.
That's a nice way to win around there for Nexa. Just sit, wait, get yourself an easy kill while the player has absolutely no idea you're lying in wait. But that one became more costly than it needed to. G2 still grabbed that pistol round. Team Spirit now are dropping some AKs across. They're going to make this force buy work. And you could see Chopper, he was trying to do too much there, right? He's like, okay, I can set Magic's up. I can get him out halls with this smoke. Caught off guard by Kenny being close mid. And that's something to look out for on this CT half here for G2. Kenny's AWP. And I also love how in the past, G2 have stayed in transition on their CT sides, constantly clawing back top mid info. So let's keep our eyes on those factors, as well as Dexter. Last time we saw him get his debut on Inferno with this team against Cloud9, 28 kills. So let's see if he can repeat that performance here today. The AK's out. It's in the hands of Mir.
I mean, it's so brave to be the hero AK and to be trying to take Banana early.
He loves this. He loves being up and around these smokes. And we saw Mir punishing Cloud9 by finding the gaps. And there's one. Nico's gone.
It's just the sheer audaciousness. It's like, what? He shouldn't be there, but he is. And he's got a bloody AK-47. Nico caught slipping.
The problem for behind this, you know, flashes will come, more members will come. So Mir, he's just gone forward to find the frags, find the space, and so much pressure has been applied to B. G2 have actually rotated 2 players off of A. They've left one man, that's Hunter, over towards the pit balcony position.
They did it entirely silently though, so otherwise, Mir, SDY would both have been able to hear that speedway rotation from Amanek.
Well, that's been heard as well. So sound cue's being made top Banana, might keep the 3 of them here. They have the execute to go, or the utility for an execute, and they're going in.
Oh, important shot from Kenny. That's the hero AK gone. It will be passed around like the hot potato it is. Next, a great angle. Tucks in. Baits for Kenny. Next peek on Kenny. SDY's holding it. And Dexter's added to his list. This is 3. Won't be the 4th. SDY, last man alive. 2 to find. Amanek is vulnerable. The smoke keeps him alive. Bomb needs to be retrieved. Oh, the damage. He's got 1 HP. Hunter could blow on him. Bomb needs to be planted, 9 seconds. SDY is in such a sticky situation. Do you fake it? Yeah, no hope. 2 1v1s though, Chad.
Yeah. 2
bloody 1v1s. They're keeping G2 honest, but 2-0. They've converted off the pistol.
If I'm Team Spirit, I'd want to take a timeout right now just to talk this one through, because they took so many players just there and they didn't get the plant. Their money's not great for a buy, but if they have one of these pocket strats, something they can do with pistols, a set piece, they can really punish G2 and the CT side economy here. They have to reinvest into 4 guns. Sure, Hunter's going to pick something up. He's going to drop something across. They've been able to get an AUG in the mix and M4 as well alongside of this AK. And it looks like Team Spirit, they've gone for a half-ish buy, right? They've kept a little bit of residual cash here. They've got a little bit of utility to work with again. And they're going straight over towards A. So feigning Banana presence like they were in the previous, now up through apps. Very tight as far as the spacing goes here, seeing if they can punish any of these gaps that are left open. There was...
Kenny, okay, so he's not going to go any further, so they will not have active info mid.
Yeah, and this is one of the things we talk about, right? You either want top Banana or top mid info, but because they think they're up against pistols, which they are, the lower buy, they're trying to play quite a conservative style. Taking top banana info now. Nico's flashed in, calls it clear. A's on high alert, and Hunter steps on out.
Ooh, not too shabby. Softens up Chopper.
Hard to get up short with Tech 9s.
Certainly is against a bloody scoped weapon like that. An AUG for Amanek on the graveyard. Kenny. Oh, it's actually Nico, excuse me. Sketchy spray from him.
Keeping it costly, that's one body. And they've got the mid to B. This is where it gets really awkward.
It's awkward if Nexa doesn't find a multi-kill. We all just relax if he does. Oh, he's faffing around with nades. What are you up to? It works. He actually dunks on Chopper. 3 more where that came from. And flying around the corner is SDY. He'll take that.
2 banana fast here. If they plant back a side, they might be all right.
Oh, it's good. It's a perfect 1v1 and against the planter. Clean burst. Mir to clutch up. SDY's alongside for the ride.
So low though, SDY. Oh, the double!
They line up. It couldn't be better. 6 bullets left. He'll opt for the reload eventually. But that is going to hurt. 10 HP on SDY. Nico asking for HP in the chat. He doesn't believe SDY got away with that one.
And Amanek has to save.
Of course. Bomb's ticked.
He had a look at it. He had a look in, hoping to get offered something. Team Spirit, they didn't even push all their chips in. That wasn't a full force buy. It was just pistol upgrades. They kept residual cash and they walk away with it. So threatening in the second, converting in the third. This quickly changes. That saved AUG is really all that G2 are going into round number 4 with. They obliged. They gave him the HP. I remember back in the day, I'd always give fake HP just to tilt him.
You nasty boy.
Yeah, because they knew that they dinked him. I go, yeah, no, he's on 60. just really trying.
Any mind game you could possibly have against your opponent.
Yeah, you can ask the HP. You didn't get the kill. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's alive. That's the answer.
All right. Well, Dexter and P9 leaving spawn a little bit late here at G2, but this is just the lower buy from them. They haven't fully invested themselves either. Just some upgrades. Smokes as well.
Mir doesn't want to let them take that control off of a deep smoke, and Chad. I think your reminder as to Mir's tendencies on this map. He is one of the most stubborn when it comes to battling for that banana control, and the most capable as well.
The thing is, he does it like a bit like a snake, right? He's so slow and quiet about it, just like slithering his way up perfectly around the smokes. Now they're using utility. No gaps for him to punish there, and a 4-man stack on the B-bomb site.
I've got so much faith on Hunter. Like, I know, obviously, should there be a fast day, he's just going to be walking around amps and trying to delay, but leaving this gamble stack on B, Hunter's just desperately hoping for a no-contact game.
Oh, Amanek has the smoke for backside as well. This is actually going to get very, very messy here.
Good timing. Drops the smoke. Prepares for combat. Nico knocks off a head. Spirit getting a bit wobbly now. Hands start to shake. Your voice quivers. Is this the right decision? Second guessing yourselves. Avoids the flash nicely. Amanek does have that saved AUG. But now he's got half health to work with. Still evades from the flashes. Dexter's desperately hoping for a frag here. Nico tucked in as well. Gone. Can't trade. Good work from SDY. He's
still
cracked
waiting
into the site.
Gotta clear him.
Good shot into back of the head, no less. That's not easy. Oh, another. Nearly a third. Magix is low. They are making them work. Pulling teeth and then popping heads. It's Nexa. Magnificent stuff. G2 Esports, no right into that one. Great stack, great call from the leader, and converted by him as well.
They're bouncing back immediately. This one could be a bit more of a brawl. Team Spirit take the timeout in response here just to talk through their options. They waited, they were poised, they didn't get flustered, and they're moving into the site. Nexa just lying in wait. He baited his teammates, right? But he baited his teammates and converted the round. This is the opening, and at this point, you bang on. It starts to get a little bit, oh, we're stopped, we're slowed down. Our entry fragger has nowhere to be seen.
Like hitting Dexter just before he disappears into the smoke.
In the back of the head as well.
Yeah, so hard to hit. And he's got 2 targets. You can see he's processing them while finishing off that frag, and clean headshots. Both of these had to be clean.
Gosh.
Oof.
Great stuff from Nexa. Huge impact there.
Oh, I actually killed the chicken as well, so he gets an extra secret point.
That's the bonus points, yeah. We keep a private tally of those.
Yeah, the API doesn't track them yet.
No, not yet. It's on Valve's to-do list, I believe. All right. Well, they're going to buy back in. Team Spirit not done just yet. Galils, AKs, Deagles, bit of utility. They want to battle for this. You can only have a couple more cracks at this Team Spirit before you might have to give up and take the saves to get all the goodies required. MP9's on the other side, Famous as well. So economy yet to really be bolstered for G2 either. The seesaw, the back and forth right now. This is a huge point. Yanko was talking about the early games, the early starts for G2. By winning that force buy back, they've set themselves up nicely. Nade towards CT. Only a lick of damage there onto Nico. Lots of noise, smoke's drawn, job done towards top B. Top mid to be taken next as the CT smoke lands. Magix might have to wait out that and the Molotov. The flames at his feet as a double balcony set up here. Comes through for G2. So very, very slow stuff. No risks being taken by either side. 3 players over towards B and they're going to reinitiate on a flash. So Nex is setting this up. Here's the steps, takes the space.
Oh God, this is going to be tough. He's going to surely gobble a flash. No dry. Galil v AK and Mir wins it out. God, Spirit are a threat, aren't they? Util now. He'll disrespect the incendiary. In fact, somehow he's completely unscathed. And poor old Nexa was flashed. Oh, nearly gets 3.
Right.
His teammates will trade and while the round just disintegrates for G2. The Hail Mary spray through the smoke is indicative of such.
The thing is, as soon as Nico gets out to that sandbag position, right, it feels like he could be set up for success, but they immediately respond with a flash of their own. So you can just see the tug of war and the decision-making as this is progressing. They're always ready. There's always a contingency from both teams. This time, Spirit come out on top. And again, weapons to be saved. If Hunter hangs around, maybe he can get one of these guns getting blown back into spawn. Looks like he's hanging around in library with that MP9. Amanek holding onto the M4A4. And we're in the early stages, so the 5th round of play is going to conclude very shortly. And it's really going to be a tough task on Inferno. I remember when we were doing Spirit last year when iDisbalance was still on the roster, we thought they were one-dimensional, right? It feels like since this edition of Degster, things have changed a little bit. They have a couple more avenues. Their T-sides used to be a bit perplexing. It didn't feel like they had too many ideas. Well, now they've got Degster, now they've got Mia.
I mean, yeah, if I was trying to kind of piece together the CIS transition into being what could be a very, very good year for the region, I think it's just been a question of searching for those missing pieces. You said one-dimensional for Spirit. I think the same could be said for VP. Like, if Jane wasn't having a good game, we were just like, oh, okay, I guess we're just not going to get excited about Virtus Pro today.
And now your Kinder's
Now your Kinder's in there. Now Kick It, Buster, the whole squad continue to impress. And in a large capacity. We are ready to get into our 6th.
Yeah, it's an odd one here.
It is.
You see, they've left enough cash to buy in the following, but they were threatening with these Deagles before, so this just feels like another gun round. The buys, they're not comparable, but the way that G2 have been playing early here, it feels like they're threatening no matter what. Early flashes, Nex has got one lined up again, ready to go. And they're really heavy on B, but it's not the standard banana control.
Mir was so ready for that. The routine, waits for the flash, swings out on the clear, and Hunter's gone. Only a single rifle on Amanek. It made it count. Of course, it wasn't Amanek's saved AUG previously, but Nex's Deagle that converted the round on a lesser buy.
That one bullet and the flash, it signals that they know that top banana is clear now. So G2 have to keep that in the back of their mind, and they've actually gone for another one of these stacks. So 3 players this time over towards Arch. The bomb getting picked up towards T-stairs now, 55 seconds remaining. And this spread from Spirit, haven't had to deal with too much aggression in the mid-round. Smokes towards B, that's going to draw out one in exchange, and now up mid they go. The stack is perfect from G2.
Oh, Nico. Got tagged through that smoke to
boosting
14.
over.
Yeah, there's a small world where Amanek's M4 gets info here.
Oh, they've played out the line of sight.
They pulled the plug. They want to
They
go
can rotate
B.
early, though.
Yeah, you'd think that's info. They are, all of them. Knives out. Next is second guessing himself. Oh, we needed that one. 14 HP and a dream.
20 seconds. They have to go B now.
He's making the Deagle sing. Can he find another suppressing Amanek fire? Nico does. One more could do it, but SDY, he gets the double with 6 HP and 6 seconds to spare. They will get the bomb down. Nex has been handed something he can chew on. A low player maneuvering towards construction. He got Magix back on the new box, trying to stay dynamic. No kit yet. Oh, info. Very good info for Nexa to operate with. Now he's not so sure. And it's SDY to finish it off. Great round from him.
Sigh of relief.
If he didn't get that third, it could have been a very different story. Nico was doing everything in his power. You could see he even had SDY in his sights. Should that bomb have gone down, the chaos of his death. Could have been the G2 conversion. Now, remember that was the weird buy.
Yeah, now it should be looking more... Well, actually, no, the money's still not great over there for G2. I think it might be more of the pistols here, Alex, just the deagles again. The thing is, it was like a half buy for a couple of their players. They had the rifles up. You want to make sure everybody can buy going forward. And considering how threatening they've been with the deagles, I don't hate the fact they're taking another one of these half investments. More nades up Banana. Nico chunks straight down, and look at this, straight through the smoke. Mir's going to take the space immediately. Up on the barrels, found the gap. The spam helps obscure, and sound cues have been made. So G2 know that he's through. The element of surprise is taken away, but the pressure's still there.
What a luxury for a leader like Chopper to be able to say, Mir, go get Banana.
Yeah, and he just does it time and time again.
It just enables you to do rounds like this.
He has key areas on maps, right, that stand out. Obviously, Team 8 on Train was one we highlighted earlier. Mirage mid, we even had Rush with a pro tip on the one-way smoke he was running last year. And now Team Spirit, well, they got to get past the Deagles one more time.
One more test. Oh, he sees his head. Yeah, Amanek visible. He's going to drop his smoke and a nade on his noggin. Youch! That did a lot of damage. Hunter has managed to cause a casualty, cause chaos, has got the AK. And has a chance. Ooh, just the shoulder of Dexter was visible for a moment. SDY will be in a position to punish Hunter here.
They go A, everybody from G2's waiting.
Nixa gets info at the cost of his life. And good shooting from SDY. That's the USPs. It's only really the armored AK on Hunter that has a chance to rock the boat at all here. 20 seconds, it will be the A commitment, he knows it. He's turned all the flashes, so a chance, or however small it may be. 15 seconds, Mir's walking through that smoke. He will be the punishing factor. Hunter's opted for a passive stance. The bomb's still not being planted.
What's going on?
And that's the frag they needed. 5, 4. Nico just has to survive. Survive! Has he got it?
Should be just down. Oh!
Holy moly! A robbery in round 7. G2 have stolen that from under Spirits. Knows it was Hunter's frag. Got the bomb loose. And Mir did not want to walk through that smoke. He knew that was an AK in mini pit. You'd feel like an idiot if you gray screen and die. I mean, that was just a question of making the communications in time. So let's have a look at the clock here. So 16, that's the bomb loose. He plants 1 second shy.
Yikes, that is so close right there. Oh, just going down as we hit 0.
He's out of his seat.
And that was just the pistols again. So G2 have been threatening with just these light upgrades. Now the rifles are back out. Let's see how they fare. Chopper down to the Deagle. AKs for everybody else. More Banana pressure coming in. The double nades. Next to doing his best.
Watch Mir win this duel again.
Yep.
And this time, not getting away scar-free.
Still, that's great for Spirit because they're operating with weapon disadvantage. The situation is huge, and Kenny's missed a sitter.
It's so scary for Kenny. And Magix, you'd think Amanek has him booked.
They're not clearing it, they're up mid.
And Hunter's already gone down, they're up long. Amanek, a slight destabilizing chance here, but I think SDY, the timing, he turns away, bomb. That's info. Knows there's one in apps, and Magix relieves the pressure. Now it should be Team Spirit in control.
All right, look where Dexter is. There's a minute on the clock. He's perched himself up on the porch in CT spawn. The bomb's down towards top mid.
Kenny, what are you up to, mate? Oh, he wants info. I understand why, but Magix has just read this to perfection. If he was to have a little look out of Boiler.
Can't scope.
Can't unscope for sure, yeah.
Dexter real noisy. Nico's pushed down. It's ring around the rosy. Oh!
Well, that's one way to do it. They will surely go B now. Not if he does find more like that. Kenny finding the one. Chopper heading towards the bomb. They smoke and run.
And he's going to beat them. Well, he's going to be there very, very similar time to as the bomb's going to cross. Do they have anything to mask this with? A couple of HEs, a flash has to be perfect. Kenny's ready.
Oh, I think one did get across without the vision. Bomb to come across on the flash. No one there.
Oh, they threw it across. He saw the hands.
He did. He knows that they're throwing the bomb across. And Magix waits for the peak. Great play.
I think we just caught the tail end of a Nico reaction there as he's gone down, right? Dexter just hightailing it through top Banana.
How often do you as a B player die to that, though?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that is a 1 in a million.
He thinks he's taking space, right? They knew they had to make some plays. This is Dexter coming in just very quick through Banana, and this is the frag that wins the round because they know the avenue to B is open. And yeah, I think the hands go up after he drops. Yeah, frustrated with that one. Well, Spirit are getting under the skin of G2, but no, never fear, ladies and gentlemen. G2's pistols are back out, so...
Yeah, I don't know if lightning strikes twice here, Chad.
It's happened a couple times with that next round. Had the survival, and now it's the boost up to the little pot plants.
G2 given the edge in our third.
I like this mid setup. This is an all-in with the pistols, right? If the smoke comes in towards Arch side, the flashes happen, they can fight, they can push in front of those smokes and hope to brawl with the pistols. It's perfect territory, but it's through Palace. They're going to pop. Flashes coming in.
Oh, and he thought he had the perfect weapon for the job, but Chopper does one better. Hunter, long range, finishes off the job. If that Deagle had connected, there could have been room for some damage. No issues here for Spirit.
So you can see how they did that as well, right? Oh, they threw the nades through middle, but had everybody go through the Palace and Boiler position, really just keeping themselves safe, and that's just Nico left in a 1-on-4. Dexter says no, he falls, and that's the 5th round now for Team Spirit on their T side. Anko was talking about the lack of ability to do more explosive plays or faster plays on a map like Inferno when you're comparing it to, say, like a train with pops out main or in a site. Same thing with Mirage. The B executes the A plays. And G2, we know that the faster plays have been a key to their success so far throughout this series. Have to see how that translates when they do get to the T side, but round number 10 about to get underway here. And again, pistols. It felt like that's really where G2 have been operating for a lot of this game, is pistols.
I mean, they are on the CT side, and how many of these rounds have been determined in 1v1s?
Yeah. So it's been a very close game, and I feel like the economy, a cruel mistress to them. Maybe some decisions, investing a little bit too much here and there.
Yeah, well, your Quasi that they converted, we saw what the second buy looked like that one. Wasn't ideal.
But the thing is, going into a round like this, with Team Spirit, when they take space, they're doing less of the fakes than what we've seen from them in the past in terms of pack rolling back and forth. Once they get their feet stuck into, say, an aggressive area, they just wait for G2 to push. So that's something that G2 need to be noting here.
Another mere frag on B.
13-3-7.
Ah.
Yeah. That won't last for long.
We got to enjoy it though, Chad. We got a good 3 or 4 seconds of that, and maybe G2 are going to enjoy this as well. Should just be collateral damage. They clear the site, call it clear, and Kenny had the element of surprise. Short-lived. Chopper catches him.
Good attempt. Hamanek's going to try as well. Maybe just gimmick through the smoke here. And aware. They're very patient, aren't they? I would be very frustrated.
Not rushing the plant. They have the control. They've got 40 seconds. They're just like, well, if there's any funny business, let's be ready for it.
See, I'm the potato brain in-game leader where I run into the site. I'm like, all right, we got control. Let's get that bomb down ASAP. These guys are like, okay, well, they could push the smoke. Let's just wait. Let's see what they do. We got 40 seconds left on the clock. We're not in any rush. Classic CIS fashion. You know, we were talking about Yakinda before. Na'Vi versus VP opening game tomorrow. You know what else is exciting about that? Not just the matchup with the players and the server seems huge. It's that RMR event. It was IEM New York for the CIS region we did. VP beat them twice. VP beat Na'Vi twice in that
Best
event,
of
right?
threes.
Yeah, and Na'Vi are like, yeah, we don't really care too much about the RMR events, which is fine. So now we get to see, was it VP beating Na'Vi on any given Sunday, or is now that Na'Vi get a chance, defending champions, of course, of Katowice, to step up and silence the up-and-coming CIS players?
Yeah, I mean, we know how good a domestic derby can be. We've had the Danes and the French all display that at various intervals in competitive Counter-Strike. Even the Brazilians have their fair share of domestic disputes.
Yeah.
But now, CIS definitely taking it over, and I am very intrigued to see how VP Nafi shapes up. First game tomorrow. Set your reminders. Set your alarms.
No defuse kit again here for G2. So the buy does come through. Molotov's pretty light on. Not going to be able to go for that banana control. And well, I'm sure Mir's more than happy with that. Doesn't have to worry about the flames. He's almost getting a free run of it. I like the way that Nexa and Nico have been playing over each other, setting each other with flashes and taking territory back. And they're going to go for another aggressive move here. You're going to see a smoke off the wall to land and segregate the half wall and barrels position. And then it should be a Molotov as well to force any players forward from that. It's a minute 20 left on the clock. It hasn't been dropped just yet. A deeper Molotov, so there's really still no need to go for that. That's a tell that they haven't completely got banana control just yet. There's the smoke dropping. Molotov follows. And nobody's home.
So Mir rejoins the squad and slow and steady up mid for now, hoping any one of these A players just steps a toe out of line.
The balance of holding on to utility when it's low and having to use it. Here's this transition hold up. G2 are going for a play here.
Yeah, and it's being held by Dexter at the moment. Ooh, dear. Kenny actually ate that flash, but all the same, Hunter gets across. That was part of this mission. Here comes the final 30. Pins pulled. Kenny to bait in Hunter. Or Hunter to take the first. It is a frag apiece. Losing Hunter in the process, though. Nico lurks in the smoke. Chopper bringing the bomb through Apps. Aminek responsible. Kenny holding short. He's missed his shot. They got space now. Dexter onto the Nico push. He was ready for that. SDY caught with a bottle in his hand. And Dexter, trouble brewing. Misses his wall bang and hunted. It will be a successful defense. Felt like it was hanging in the balance right until the final frag, though.
Yeah, I really like that. And I think that it's a good way to play with that transitional aggression mid to late round versus a team like Spirit. Because as I was saying, they park themselves once they're getting this territory against G2. And there were set flashes necessary to make that one possible. So when you stifle them in those choke points, that's when the individuals of G2 can really step up. And you can see when Spirit are limping out because they're wounded, they've lost a couple of players, it's not as potent. You don't have 5 guys in your face trading with fantastic aim. It's duels that are isolated one at a time. So good impact there from Kenny and good decision making not to just sit back. A lot of teams would just sit library, pit, maybe do a double pit setup. They continued to stay with some form of aggression there, and that made Spirit's life very difficult. But the AKs are back out and the scoreline is still in favor of Spirit here, 6-5. We're going to get a lot of this. The slow, the defaults, we've been covering it off. Spirit haven't really changed the pace too much. They are starting to lean away from these banana hits, though, and they were having success punishing Nico on that aggression. Flash into Apps, doesn't draw anything out. There was no spam, so they didn't get any sound cues off of that, but Aminek just in time.
And out they go. Oh, Hunter's got more. Wild spray, multiple targets. It's just not enough. They're in. Entirely into the A site. Now, they're not taking too long to get that bomb down either. They're well aware of the rotation, and G2 having to focus on the conversation of whether or not this is even worth going for.
It should be a save, but maybe they feel they have a way in with some of this utility left over. They're being harassed right now. And
I mean, Nico's still bridge, dude. T-Apps.
Yeah, okay,
so.
There we go. It's called off. It's one of the things where, like, when you're hanging around, because of the... I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but people, if you weren't here when we had the old rule set, it was 1 minute 45 on the clock as opposed to 1:55. Freeze time was also shorter. Bomb time was shorter as well. One of the things that we've seen a lot now is that teams take that Brazilian style. We saw it out of the Brazilians, Fallen Fur, Cold Zero, those guys early. Nico's going to get an exit. Is the sense that you can take these situations slow, right? You know you've got 40 seconds, and teams tend to get a little bit more pushy. And as soon as they, you know, open up a duel, you get one free because you've been sitting holding a line.
Like the perfect teams, like I've seen a couple of teams that have an affinity for it, where it's just clearly a leader that's got his management on time down to the T. But those late arrivals, you just need that one frag, that one player that thought it was done, that just considered the round done. And that's when the frag's in the smoke on the bomb, and there's a defuse kit, and everyone's scared, and it's chaos, and
Exactly.
Not anymore.
Now it has to be, and that's why we're seeing CTs get such opportunities to save as well, is because now you're sitting and you're waiting until the final, you know, 5 seconds just to make sure in a lot of these situations, especially one like this, very tightly contested game. The triple nades towards top banana, not going to
Spirit have just had like anything they desire in the finance department. It feels like poor G2. How many rounds? Someone do a tally. Have they actually had, you know, the majority rifles with some kits and some armor?
Yeah, that's a good point. The full buys have been few and far between for G2, and they've probably gotten just as many rounds through pistols as they have rifles at this stage of the game.
Thank you, Nexa. Spirit looking like the better squad here when the weapons are in play. Defining moment now for G2. They are coming towards Hunter's location once again. He's flashed. 1 for 1.
I don't think they even saw Hunter was there, so they can pick that gun up and take some space.
Bombs T-steps and they're charging down mid. If Magic's...
Is he hearing this?
I don't know. Yeah, he is, clearly. That incendiary makes it absolutely clear.
He's trapped himself. There's a player behind him.
Okay. Oh, and that's an AK, and the bomb's still T-steps.
45.
Folks, this gets awkward now.
That's too deep.
Why would they throw that smoke?
Too
Unless
deep.
they had to go towards the ramp. Oh, great fragging. Dexter gets 2, digs himself out of trouble. Only a USP for Nico, despite their best efforts. G2 have been rumbled by Team Spirit here.
I have no idea where he is, so Nico can get a timing on this. If they don't plant safe, he might be able to stop the plant.
The molly might be indicative, 2 of them. They really do not know where he's coming from. They double up. Both park ahead on the site, and SDY has his nose to the screen. Very quick click.
That's one of the things I think STY does very well, and it doesn't get spoken about because he's not always towards the top of the fragging, is just his awareness in those situations, right? I always note when they're running into sites and we get the player cams up, he seems to be doing a lot of speaking. So maybe the 2IC, second in charge of the team, helping them out, hey, cover this, we'll molly this. But either way, well handled, because that did get dicey again. It was just the pistols, and they push it to this point. And if STY wasn't body blocking there, if he was watching Coffins, if he was watching towards CT, and Mir's planning in that position, Nico has a real chance So it's a bit frustrating there for G2 to get so close in a lot of these rounds. Now they just need to do it with the guns. Kenny trying to get boosted up here. He'll peek over the wall. Aggressive.
Yeah, he's safe from the flash. He might catch one here. Very good chance he catches one here. But Mir is just too well versed in his banana. Always a flash, always a frag.
That is so good. SDY set him up for that. They weren't even aware that that was a possibility. Well, they were aware that that was a possibility, but they're really just going through the paces here. Now they get free banana control. They find an opening kill onto the AWPer, a massive Thorn to be taken out, and the utility with a minute 10 left on the clock is basically nothing for G2. They are under the pump.
So much skill on the server.
This is a BXQ. Nico needs to go absolutely mental here. He has no rotation.
I mean, no time like the present. Trying to justify one of the most expensive transfers in Counter-Strike history. Nico to G2. Uh-oh. Not ideal at all. Mir, with his ridiculous crosshair placement, has just once again made life a nightmare for Nico. Not only are you solo B defense, now you're down to just 40 HP. He has called for backup and it's not silent. That's knife out backup from Nexa. Hunter's working on a flank. Timing's everything here. Looking for a gap. Spraying wildly. It's RNG at this point. Oh, Nico's got a prime position. It may not be safe. SDY's holding the flank. They're planting. He times it so well. Double needs the third. SDY 1v2, and he does once again close it out in favor of Team Spirit. Very close call there. I thought Nico's heroics may have pipped them at the post.
How he doesn't get lost in that smoke and keeps his cool is mental to me. Just absolute grey screen. Nico finds impact, but unfortunately, again, it just feels like just not enough for G2. They're getting so close. You can see these smokes, the flashes. It's getting really gnarly out there, and then SDY has to make this play. W key down, 2 big kills, and another round on the board, 9-5.
Whoo-wee! If they pick up the 10th, Chad, G2 are on notice.
Well, they're pushing.
They are, and look who's holding. Dexter for the swing. It will be a very hard shot, especially with a flash like that. Completely nullified. SDY! So important.
In fact, he's ready for that as well. Like, he has an AWPer covering it off. The flash comes, he pivots, he hits 2 great shots. G2 tried something, they have to.
Yeah.
And look at Chopper. He is taking back territory so methodically through T apartments, and there's a minute 20 left. They know that that aggression could have taken any part of the map. They're just keeping their cool. They're not getting flustered. They have 2 opening kills. What's the rush? That should be Spirit's tagline. What's the rush?
What's the rush? That's not bad, is it? Oh. Couldn't be more perfect, actually. Nade and Molotov to force and guarantee that control and banana. It's lethal for
And you think
Nico.
about Nico, right? His aim is so good. I don't even get a chance to shoot, you know? If I don't get a chance to shoot, how am I going to give you the headshots?
I've been flanked through CT spawn. I've been naded, mollied, sprayed through smokes. Spirit have made his job a living nightmare.
He's open, and they're still walking so diligently, clearing every corner, players anti-flash. Everything's ready. Like, they are taking every single round, no matter of the advantage, like it's the round to win the game. And I love it from Team Spirit. This is what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, we heard from Magix in that short interview they ran, just talking a little bit about the fact that it can look like chaos, but, you know, Chopper has got a very methodical mind for the game of Counter-Strike. And I mean, I think this series as a whole has been a display of that. Their willingness to utilize their tools to the best of their ability, identifying where those personal strengths can be integrated into your strategies. It's looking great, and SDY is too. There's a 20th.
There's the 20, yeah.
10-5, ladies and gentlemen. G2 Esports versus Spirit. A third map. Will Spirit start with the W?
the shadows, I've come to make a name. Ready for battle, cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you in the slide. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster, I came to conquer.
We need answers like Nico and Nexa needed headshots, as we have G2 versus Spirit and a 5-10 scoreline. It's a deficit for G2 as they take to the T side. Team Spirit already 10 rounds to the good, 6 needed to continue through the upper bracket and to pick up their first win of their first Katowice for some. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Sponge. SDY had a lot of impact on that T side. Chopper calling up a storm. Nexa's eyebrows raised, and a second half to be played.
Yeah, so far Team Spirit have looked like the much better team. The rounds that G2 picked up within that first half, a couple of Deagle gimmies, a timeout round as well. Let's see if they can turn things around here. We're getting this one underway. Nexa's got the utility, and Chopper's got a bucket load as well. Close mid setup, 4 players from Spirit, all perched, ready and raring to go. Passive towards B.
I will say something, Chad. I will say that the T side from G2 was very convincing on Mirage. It was great to see all the options and dynamic pivots they had in their mid-round. Nexa certainly has got the capabilities to coordinate a strong T side. Inferno, admittedly, a different kettle of fish, and also they're walking into the A stack.
Yeah, now look, if they get pit control, that's one thing. They're going to be pinned on down by these USPs, SDY trained up towards apps. Nades towards to B to try a bit of a fake, but they've grabbed mid info. They know it's clear. They know it's not going to be a B play, but they're making steps down mid. They're actually biting into this way too much.
Nexa's like, boys, they're in mid. Hunter's in A. Dexter's got to deal with it, and he kind of has. Keeps it competitive, at least short-lived. Nico finds an important frag. Bomb down. 3 on 3. Oh! 3 on 2. Nico needed that. He escapes trouble. A quick reaction on Tamir. Magic's advancing. Half health for him. Chopper, the tail of this seems to be a short group. Into the site, and very graceful movement. If he only could find the head. G2 take pistol.
Oh, they bit on that so hard. Just one smoke. They made a lot of footsteps mid. They started just trundling down, expecting it just to be that B play.
Well, because you're also, because you've gambled A, you're also so ready to pull the panic button, right? Yeah. As soon as you hear anything B, it's like, guys, we're not doing a late 4-man retake. You want to try and be proactive. G2 exploit that.
Good round from Nico as well. We saw his impact in that first half. He only had 10 kills, but 3 kills right here on the pistol round. And there's a fan getting fired up. He's feeling himself.
Oh, I almost wish we had audio.
Hopefully it's PG.
Yeah, you're right. I think there's a reason we don't.
So, Team Spirit, forced by their own. We saw what G2 could do with the Deagles. Let's see if the CIS squad can do the same. Out of the 6 rounds G2 have so far, 2 of which came from pistol rounds, and 2 of which came from Deagle rounds. So you do the maths on the rest. It hasn't looked very pretty for them on the gun rounds. Let's see, they're going back for this apps play again. Straight into the hands of Magix.
Clean into the first. Second as well. They know Dexter's around. He's hitting every shot with the scout. He tagged up another. 99. Nexa here's Mir. Will he anticipate a second? It doesn't look like he will initially. So a Deagle upgrade for Chopper. But it is just Chopper. So the conversion of their pistol seems likely.
I think because it's just Chopper, it's a bit more of a quandary, right? It's like, oh, if I save this, this is really all we have next round. I may as well hang around, do a bit more damage, see if I can steal a rifle. So bomb halfway ticked. Chopper.
Ah, Galil delivery's on its way.
Yeah, come on, Hunter.
Your driver will be with you shortly, and your driver's here.
Now, just so everybody's like, why is Hunter wandering off on his own? Well, he can't live in pit like his 2 teammates can. Kenny S, Nexa, they can just sit in the back corner there. They're not going to take enough damage from the bomb to go down. Hunter needed somewhere to escape, right? He gambled. He assumed that Chopper probably pushed. Maybe he was second mid, watching apps. Said he was library. So, calm down. Hunter had to escape somewhere. Unfortunately, Chopper gets himself that Galil. The Deagle can be dropped across now. So what would have been a bit of a easy round for G2 becomes much more difficult.
They can't afford to lose this. I don't know, I'm stating the obvious there. But, I mean, this has to be clean from G2 if they want any hopes of building back into this one. You got SMGs as well, so Hunter and Amanek are perfectly equipped to best the unarmored and unequipped team spirit. It's only really that Galil on Chopper, and while Dexter took a risk, was hoping for the one bang. He does go down.
Fortunately, the Deagle's marooned in the middle of top mid as well, so they're going to have a hard time getting that, but this is curious. Wanting to get a little angle here.
Yeah, on the people that are just fanning around on the wall. Ooh. And up. So we saw how their flashes locked down Kenny in a similar position. Ooh, he's seen Nico's head, yeah. Magic's with just a USP, actually best Hunter. Fortunately for the G2 squad, it seems the rest is under wraps. They're pushing down Banana. Nico's under a bit of scrutiny here. It's the last two, should be fine.
Galil yet. Oh, just
that was
as I
it.
say that. Oh, you're dead. All right, good stuff. Nico with impact in the first couple of rounds just here, and now as we get the first gun run underway, in the past, Alex, I won't lie, this is where I've had some issues with Team Spirit. Right?
Talk me through it.
I think that they have a tendency just to be a bit too passive in certain situations, right? Give up too much map control, and if you do that to G2, Nico...
End up saving 4 rounds in a row.
Exactly, and we've already seen them do a lot of saving. Train, remember, as part of that comeback, Mirage, they were having to do similar scenes, didn't get as many options on Mirage, obviously, it was a bit of a battering. But as we get this one underway, one defuse kit for Mia. Orp's out for Dexter. Now, I mentioned we saw him versus Cloud9 with 28.
Boom. Kenny S meets Dexter's Orp to open things up. They even had a smoke on the molly, so he had absolute security. 2 players mantling into the bedroom at the same time. It's a nice, refined, coordinated move.
The gap of Arch is now closed. Dexter's rotated back over, and they're going for an apps pop again.
Seems like the setup is very, very ready for this. So SDY will be able to support anyone that does go for the fast strafe if he loses his teammate here. Nico in a position to throw the util for the apps players.
How blind is Magic's going to be?
Not blind enough. Does get one. SDY trying to tuck in towards Coldzera. Smoke looks good. Evades the nade. Mollies, he's really got to tuck in. And he's lost Dexter as well. That was the rotate in from the AWPer. They're all coming in from long library side. SDY got a lot to do, the smoke to play around, but he's lost Chopper as well in the chaos. Mir, SDY both just looking for any info.
They know he's there, they heard the sound cue.
Oh, and that is a very good shot from Hunter. He adds a third to his tally. And as his body slumps off of the box, will they expect Mir to have filled the same gap? I don't think they will, you know.
This is still difficult to win. The fire rate of this, they could even go back to B if they really wanted, but just pausing right now. That nade gave away where he was, telegraphing his exact position, though that's going to be a nice round there from G2. 1 round and they're back in this, and Spirit are back down to pistols, so it's looking likely we tie this up at 10-10. I think it's fitting that the third one's close, right? G2 really hammered them on Mirage. Train was a great map. The comeback made it look a little bit closer than it was, and now here we're actually getting a biff, a battle, a brawl.
Oh, wow. Look how little vision he had to find Dexter as he was jumping into the site to support. Team Spirit really did not want to play retake. I don't blame them. You can see why they were putting so much emphasis on just getting on the site, like throwing smokes, just throwing bodies into the boxes. They wanted to have a way to contest that late finish from G2.
It'd be insane to see G2 pick this one up with such a strong T-side and gimme rounds on their CT, right? Pistols, the Deagles. It didn't feel like they had done enough. But right now they're looking very good, quite clean, patient. And Nico's taking a chunk of damage early in round number 20. 4 in Banana. Looks like they're set up for this. Oh, he's made running away footsteps. That's heard, and they're coming in exactly as he's left.
It's not as clean as it should have been. Into the site. Regardless, Nico catches a wild one. And they find themselves towards the spawn. Exactly where they started. Just without their glorious leader.
There's a kit here. That tells me they probably want to go for this one right now, Alex. The smoke on Magic's, either they're going to operate to put it down Banana and make things a little bit split for this post plant, or try and get it on the bomb. But they're taking their time. So this is one of those scenarios where the extra 5 seconds and being patient on the retake maybe comes through.
Right, they're kind of hoping. You can see that Hunter's already shooting bloody weapons to his teammates, etc. They're hoping that there's going to be an expectation that they're just trying to exit.
And now they're just holding
Yeah.
on. Okay. Didn't get that opportunity.
Ah.
He stuck sight. He will go down with a bomb here.
Yeah, they're getting some good kills out of this. Kenny and Hunter are safe. I don't know if they need to take any more duels. And Mia and SDY do both go down, so it won't be any extra preserved weaponry. But we do get into another weapon round, and we are bang even. G2 convert their pistol and then some.
Inseparable, some might say.
But as you said, I mean, I think this is only appropriate considering just how close this game has been. Got to give credit to both. Convincing performances at times. Individuals all having their moments in the spotlight as well. You can see a lot of fans gathered to check out G2 Spirit's final moments.
All right, Banana's control granted. That's good info for Spirit. They're not playing on mid right now. They had the 3-man B lean at the start, so they will have to start rotating a man back to deal with that arch. Slow stuff from G2, similar to what we saw on their Mirage anti-ecos. No rush. No need to get stuck in. Just whittle down this utility. Make sure you deal with any crazy pushes. And so far, it's been all good. Now, they're setting up a smoke right here that's going to go very, very deep over towards B.
Chopper's so pushed up, though.
Yeah, because they're so forward, this does nothing.
Yeah, don't think he even believed he'd find something on that check.
Have to go A now. They have to quickly go. They're about to get bottlenecked.
They know the flank is on its way. SDY, he has all of them. As they come around the corner, Nico left wondering where his team has just gone. They've evaporated. He's got players from mid, got players from short. Dexter's just slowly on the hunt, and that will be 11. Nice hold. Aggressive banana control converts.
Yeah, G2 there, if they could have kept it a little bit more expensive, an extra kill or two there on the way out the door, would have been an okay round. But there's our number one G2 fan. We saw his reaction before. Now we're getting the face palms in, but all good, young fella. It's 11-10. G2 are still in this one. Their money broken. That's one way to put it. Hunter's actually... Alex, this is going to be fast. They've left residual cash. Hunter has 4.3. Kenny has 3.7, but they've opted for SMGs and pistols here, so this is going to be really quick.
Ooh, I love a pace change. There's 3 CTs to receive him here, dude. Cropper even smoking himself out just for survival. There's so many bullets. It looks good for the CTs. It is destruction. 4 blue on brown in the feed. Just Nico once again left to his own devices, and just like that, it's over.
Dexter again onto Nico to close things out. I like the change. I like that they invested like that and went for something a little bit different. Yep. Obviously, looks a bit silly when you get shut out there, but imagine if that works. Imagine the sway and economy that would happen if they were able to take that ground, and they can still buy. Amanek's the only one who can't. He's got 2.5, but here's the lockdown top banana. Chopper appearing from his own smoke, mopping up a couple of kills there.
Yeah, part of me kind of really liked the fact that when he dropped that smoke, he already started unloading. Like, he knew that this could end. This is RNG right now. They could spray my smoke. I can spray my smoke. It was enough.
Ooh, timeout now. Second used from G2 here. Really having to talk through their options at the business end of this game. Round number 23 about to get underway. And the thing is, they might be talking through this economical situation, right? Here's what some possibilities are. Hunter could drop an AWP for Kenny. Kenny can get stuck in. He could drop an AK across. Amanek's obviously going to be operating a little bit lower, but he's fine with Mac 10. So if they want to use him on his signature weapon, it's all good. But they haven't purchased just yet. And if they buy now with only 5 seconds left, I'm going to be a little bit worried as they leave spawn. Kenny into the AK. Finally, the buy's coming through. Amanek will be on that Mac 10. So they've made the buy work. Obviously just talking through their approach here. So it might not be a quick one off the bat. Nico late to get that banana smoke in. It's been held at bay as well, so more aggressive maneuvers from Chopper and Banana, and a good nade will chip Nico down. And they've just turtled up towards T-stairs, so really not too much aggression across the map. G2 can't capitalize if they were to find a pick in boiler or halls in the early stages. They're more than happy just to sit and wait out Team Spirit's early utility damage. And it appears they want to take mid control before they go for banana control. 4 players already residing on this A site for Team Spirit. Just Uncle Chop Chop over towards B.
I want to call nickname when I'm an uncle. Smoke for library. forces Dexter off the line. That's enough to at least perhaps get them on notice. They've got 4 CTs leaning here, so if they go quickly yet quietly, Chad.
Yeah. Well,
You've
there's
got
the
some in
CT
here.
smoke, so they're going to try and run down Chopper.
Oh, I don't know if they'll respect that smoke. Amanex already holding W. He's got a MAC-10 and
Already in.
I think he spotted him. Chop.
Oh my
lines on 3! It should have maybe been 2. 3 is an absolute criminal act. And Dexter's going to finish this one off with
in
a
the
bang.
flames.
He'll go down. Spirit take 13. I mean, I thought 2 maybe. Perfect. Amanek, did he get the info or was that just a pre-aim? He goes down first with the MAC-10. The rest fall like dominoes.
What a mauling from Chopper.
Let me
and
see this
so
again.
much pressure on him.
That adjustment, yeah, to find the second player pool as Nico late arrives into your spray. And Dexter just with a style point finish. Look at that, 5 points of health before he goes down, pulls the final bullet out. Hunter, no clutch for you today.
Forget last line of defense. He was the only line of defense on B. One man stopping them like that is absolutely mental. And now G2, they are rattled.
Uncle Chop Chop.
Absolutely rattled with that one. All right, well, odds have swayed back from GG.bet. Team Spirit, the favorites right now. And at this juncture, 13-10, I can understand why. Passive on top mid here. That's given some space. Dexter takes it back mid-round, just dry, making lots of footsteps there. He's going to get traded out, and space is taken from Nexa here. AWP is recovered.
They got an AK and an AWP.
And now Mir's close.
Oh, Nico looking robotic with the uncertainty as to the location.
Oh, dear.
They'll do their due diligence.
Surely.
Nico's pre-aiming it, but that is going to be a very hard shot for Nexa to hit with his AWP. He takes 2. Mere multi-kills. SDY just playing by the edge of the smoke. It was really nice angle from him there, just on the edge of it. Just as your crosshair believes it's obscured, he resides and takes the double. So Spirit now 2 rounds away from converting this victory. It was a big conversation in the community as to who they believe is the favorite. Spirit came out on the edge for GG.bet at the start of this game, and well, you can see that the justifications for just how good this game could be have definitely been realized.
Yeah, winner of this one as well, Alex, goes on to play the winner of Heroic Big. That's one of our matches we have coming up next. And look, if Big get through, Spirit have already paddled them in the play-ins, so they would be happy to take them on again. So have Astralis versus Mouse coming up next. That should be a bit of a game after yesterday's performance against Complexity.
Astralis, though, my lord. Going to be interesting to see if Mousesports can rustle up and maintain that momentum they picked up in the most impossible of comebacks. Really, really strong recommend if you are looking for some Counter-Strike to watch when this day ends. Go back, check out Dust 2.
All right, different look here. A bit more decisive in the early round from G2. Top mid control taken. The molly's over towards Porch just to deny anybody boosted, anybody under, and they're setting up just straight to go up short here. They still have smokes to work with. Amanex poised, but 4 players on A now from Team Spirit. Oh, flub the boost. So sound cue. They know something's coming.
SDY is going to be talking up a storm. It's interesting that Mir's reaction to sound. Oh, God, G2 are flustered. Mir's come back around as well. There is a stack of CTs. He wants info, and with a pin pulled.
That's bomb called.
Gone. Bomb spotted A. Nexus added to the list. Spirit are doing it. 3 left. G2 struggling to find a single frag. They are so bolstered now. There's almost no way. The crossfire's great. Hunter presented a 1v5. He's gone. And perhaps G2's hopes and dreams are too. They've got nothing in the bank account. 3.84 on the high end.
What a place to find yourself.
And what a hard call to make for this next round. Like, you have been caught out with their battle for Banana. Deep pushes from Chopper at times. You've had Mir to contend with on short.
I honestly think Chopper's 3K spam down is what has just stopped them from wanting to go B, right? Because there was quite a lot of tendencies to head towards Banana. They've almost given that up completely now. G2 haven't been able to get control in the same way as what Mir has done and punished throughout, and this is Oh, the second last timeout for G2 here, and maybe the last one they'll need to use, talking through their final options. Nexa and Malik going to be chiming in. I don't even know what kind of an option they can go for, because as Yanko pointed out on the desk, the fast maneuvers like Train, like Mirage, they don't exist here on Inferno. Maybe you can try that all-in B rush again, but we saw how it worked earlier.
Oh, yeah, I don't fancy their chances. G2 are up against the ropes. Battered, bloody. Team Spirit can throw themselves a very, very quick final blow here. Chopper gets the info on the jump and executes Nexa on logs. They're using every trick in the book to get that info. It's the same way in which Mir often finds those frags through the smoke, jumps on the sandbag, gets the info, sprays, same. First blood found.
They're going to be 4 on A again by the time these smokes come in from G2 Esports. They're down a man. They only have one move here, and it looks like mid control on the agenda again. Smoke towards Arch, molly towards short, Mir tucking in, more smokes towards A.
Oh, Dexter doesn't get caught as he drops the incendiary, so he will isolate. Amanex on the hunt. There is this Magic's position, though, on Graveyard. He can destabilize it all. Amanex not ready. Neither's Nico. Okay. Hunter saves the day. 3 on 3. G2 have got a lot of the heavy lifting done, but there's more to be done. And the frags keep coming. All on Nico now for survival. Doesn't look good. He's fired off a shot. He's cautious of the flank. He's right to think so. He's getting pushed from every direction. And Team Spirit, they'll convert, staying as dominant as they did in the play-ins into the main event. G2 Esports is added to the list.